Scam likely. Cheat codes, confidence, communication skills. Yeah, you can call them cheat codes, but it just work. It takes work to hone the confidence and the communication skills, right? So it's going to help you get there, but it takes work to do it, right? The cheat code is you give me $2,000 and I do some smoke and mirror Alibaba boo 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 boo, right? And then I bring out one of my stripper friends to give you a lap dance, or you know what I mean, you know what I mean, to give you some relaxation, if you know what I'm saying. And you think it's because you said these words, because I said, hey, say these words. Um, Sun Tzu, correction, not Sun Tzu. It's Musashi. Musashi, like Japanese, one of Japan's most heroic samurai, like one of the most famous samurai ever. Musashi. There's a story of Musashi. This was in, I think it was in Book of the Five Rings. Is where I read this. I believe it's in Book of the Five Rings. But anyway, I'm gonna try to. I might mix it up, but the gist of the story is this: there was a young man, a young boy, who wanted to avenge the death of his father. His father was a samurai, and his father was in a duel and lost. And the young boy wanted to avenge his father because the samurai who defeated him was just disrespectful, Ronin type samurai, or whatever. Man had no honor. Maybe the man cheated or something like that. I can't remember that part of the story. But the young boy wanted to duel this man. He challenged this samurai to a duel, and the duel was set. So the young man went to Musashi, and he was like, he's Mr. Musashi. This is what's going on. Can you please give me a technique that will help me be victorious and avenge my father? Now, Musashi knew the samurai that he was going to go fight. And Musashi knew that the samurai will make easy work of this young boy. So Musashi, knowing the other samurai, he told the young boy, I need you to practice these two moves. Like a simple basic move, maybe like you block with the one sword and then strike this way. And he told the boy to spend the day practicing this move. Now, Musashi knew what the other samurai was going to do, so he gave the boy the best chance possible to be victorious in this duel. And the boy did what he said. He went and he practiced that move. That's all he did. He practiced that move. He practiced that move over and over, right? And the move was basically like, I want you to get both your swords. I want you to hold them straight up in the air, and I want you to walk straight up to the guy, and then I want you to do this move, whatever the move was, right? Guy was like, hey. Like that's how they say yes or whatever. And, hey. And the boy went and practiced. He went and practiced. He went and practiced. And spent the whole day with Musashi practicing. And then the boy came back, and Musashi was like, okay, you've practiced hard. I've seen you. He's like, now, when you get to the battleground, when you get to the dueling ground, look around. If you see a lot of red ants crawling around the field, that means the gods have heard your prayers and have watched you train, and they are on your side. That's an omen. It's a good omen for you. You will be victorious. You look down on the ground and you see a bunch of fire ants running around. That means the gods have watched you. They're going to protect you, and you're going to be successful. You're going to win. Right? So the next day it was the duel. The boy went there, right? He looked down at the ground. He saw the fire ants. He pulled his swords and he did exactly what Musashi trained him to do. He walked up on that samurai. That samurai was half drunk. He knew he was going to make short work of this little boy, whatever. Pulled out his sword, and that little boy was able to strike that samurai down. Two moves. Struck him down. Now you see, brother Scam, communication. That boy had communication skills enough to know to go talk to Musashi, and he needed confidence in order to be successful in this duel, which he surely should have lost. He was nowhere skilled enough to fight this samurai who had hundreds of victories, including the father of this little boy. Musashi gave him a cheat code that he didn't understand. He gave him the quick moves, but he also told him the sight game to get the little boy's confidence up, to look down the ground if you see these ants. Well, Musashi knew that time of year in the place that they were going to fight, that the ground was going to be covered with all kind of fire ants. It was that time of year or whatever. Musashi knew that. He told that boy, to look down. If you see these ants, which he surely knew was going to be there, that means that the gods are smiling on you. And that's the cheat code part. That's the finesse. And the little boy was successful. And he avenged his father. I don't know what happened to the little boy. Hope he didn't fight again. I hope he didn't. But he was successful. That's the cheat code that these guys in the manospheres are looking for. When these dudes pay all this money to these gurus, these fake gurus, or these guys, these hustlers, or whatever you want to call them, that's what they're looking for. So when you put cheat code, confidence, communication skills, I would just take away the cheat code part and just put confidence and communication skills is the way. And that takes work. In order to be the best version of yourself, these are some of the things that you're going to have to work on. And I'm with you 100%. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I was a shady type dude, I'd be cleaning up in the manosphere. I'd be cleaning up. I got access to the top tier dudes, man. People know me. I could sit down shoulder to shoulder. I'm riding around Miami with these people. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in the car with Fresh. Fresh did a video years ago talking about DL Saint bought me a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? It was a keychain. I got it for his birthday. I'm right there with these people, man, hanging out. I hardly take pictures when I'm with people. I was with Andrew Tate up there in the Fresh and Fit studio, kicking it with Andrew Tate. I didn't think to take pictures. I don't take pictures, bro. I like to lurk in the shadows, man. Taking pictures was a no-no in my world. Pictures always wound up in front of the police, bro. I don't. But I'm just saying, if I was a shady type dude, I would clean up in the manosphere because it's full of young men looking for cheat codes. If I was a shady dude, I'd go to church. I clean up in the church. If I want to just go out and smash some stuff, bro, go to church, man. Man, there's some women in there, bro. I'm telling you, you can go through the top 3 churches in your town. Come on, man. You're getting all kind of downs. So where these women run, how they doing all this stuff in the streets. When they get done, doing their 304 stuff, where do they run? They run to the church. I tell people that all the time. I stay away from the church, man. Me and God got an agreement, bro. I stay out of his church, man, and he, you know what I mean? He allows me to live another day. But you're right, though, man. They're just looking for that stuff, man. Cheat code, Philippines. All right, cheat code, last good man understand. Cheat code, Philippines or Brazil or Colombia. All right. I keep telling you. You tell that to some of these dudes who are like socially awkward, almost on the spectrum, kind of, that's a cheat code. Go to the Philippines, go to Brazil, go to wherever. Yeah, man, they can get their pockets ran over there. You need game, you need understanding. I mean, you go back and forth all the time on that, bro. You need understanding. You tell a dude the cheat code is to go to the Philippines, and that guy is a social misfit. Like, he is completely out of it. He's going to get his pockets ran over there. Man, you talked about that when we did the show. You were talking about the one dude who was over there chasing after the wrong type woman, right? You know what to do. You know how the game is played over there. You know how to find a good woman. But most of these dudes don't. They've never dealt with women ever, really. They've been invisible their whole lives. You're going to send them somewhere, man, the wrong girl get a hold of him, he's through. He's through. Angela Knight, thank you for that, brother. Brother Pitney. Brother Smeebles, come back to your power earlier this week. Men want to conquer something, but are doing it any way they can. Talking in areas of wanting sex. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Dudes are, man, they're trying to figure it out, man. That's always going to be the case. And we see the numbers, less and less men are getting intimacy. They're getting less and less men are getting sexual access, but that's not the case with women. Women are still at the same numbers they've been at historically. So what does that mean? That means that women are going after top tier guys and older men. Older men, top tier dudes, that's what they're doing. They're just not messing with the guys at their level, at their age, in their age group, man. Brother Smeebles, Brian's talking points are all from Myron's mouth. Yep. Just copy and paste. That's a fact, brother. He even reads off his laptop of Myron's speaking points. That is the truth, man. And he's getting the bread, man. He's getting the money. Like I said, dude's all about the money. I'm never going to knock another man's hustle. You want to do this? You want to hustle, use somebody else's talking points, build a platform, man, go ahead and do it. Right? You want to get out there and you want, you know what I mean? You want to slang that green, slang that hard. You know what I mean? Slang that patty. I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those street pharmaceuticals specialists, salesmen. You want to get out there and sell dope? Go ahead and sell dope. You want to get out there and hit licks, you want to get out there and do robberies, rob banks and stuff like that, man, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to do that stuff. I'm not. I'm not trying to do any kind of time like that. I don't knock anybody's hustle, man, but I see what you're doing, and I gotta stay away from it. Some of them, and that's what Rich Cooper is talking about. Brother Cody's in the building. Cody's king. You know what I mean? Being fat is mean spirited. Facts. 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 She doing what again, DL? I don't know what I said. I'm just trying to catch up. I don't know what I said. Samurai, the 1 through 3 trilogy tells Musashi's story. I saw that, man. It doesn't tell. The Book of the Five Rings is really what you want to read. If you want to like delve into Musashi, you must read the Book of the Five Rings. Get that. I don't care what translation you get. That's a good one. You can get a ton of them. There's so many different translations. But good Book of the Five Rings. If you want to start with Musashi, start there. Definitely on my must read list is Musashi. Right next to Sun Tzu, Art of War. Right next to Unplugged Alpha. Real talk. Like real talk. There's so many books like the book of what's the Book of Power? Yeah, Power, which is behind me too. You guys can't see it, but it's back there. That's another one. That's another good one to read. Brother Mandrell, I love Miyamoto Musashi. I want to have read his books several times. Yeah, I've looked up to him for many years. Yeah, bro. Next time I go to Japan, you can go to Japan and go to the cave where Musashi went. Basically, at the end of his life, he went to this cave and he's like, I'm going to go and write down my life story or whatever. And that is the Book of the Five Rings. That cave exists. It's in Japan. You can go and visit there. And next time I go to Japan, that's the first place I'm going. The first place I'm going. I want to go there. I want to go. I don't know if they made it in a museum per se, but it's more like a shrine. You can go see it. I want to go see that. Last time I was in Japan, we were at this small samurai museum, and I actually got to hold one of Musashi's swords. They had Musashi steel. It didn't have the handle on it, but it was just steel. And it was on loan from one of the major museums in Japan. We just happened to go into this our people found this real cool samurai museum. I got pictures of it on my Instagram, I think. And yeah, I'll go. Matter of fact, I might put some more up. But I actually got to hold in my hands one of Musashi's swords in my hand. Like the curator, he brought it down because I knew who Musashi was. It was a small tour. We had our own private tour. And it was the owner of the museum who actually just happened to be there, and he kind of went with us. And he realized I knew who Musashi was, and he could see in my eyes how impressed I was with all of the whole culture, really, of Bushido and everything that was there in this museum. And he reached up and grabbed that sword and put it in my hands, and he saw the look on my man. That was one of my top experiences in life ever. He saw the look in my eyes. I'm like, I'm holding Musashi's sword. Pause. But I was. You know what I mean? Brother Grill Visions in the building. What's good? What's good? Casual Germ. I don't do pictures either, and I'm not famous. Hey, bro, Casual Germ's in the building, man. That's the one thing that I have to work on more and more. Like when we go and we do stuff, I have to take pictures because I have to remind myself to take pictures because it's the world that I'm in now. And that's the business side of this. That's the business side. If I do an event somewhere and, like we were at Donovan Sharp's party, he had a cigar party in Miami, and I had to remember to take pictures. Grios was there. He was running around taking photos, and we had to get the photos. And because Grios was there, I wasn't pulling my phone out. But Troy Francis was there. I could have got some content with Troy. I could have just pulled out the phone, started the camera up, and like, hey, I'm here with Troy Francis. Pearl Davis was there. I was talking to Pearl. Didn't get any pictures with her. Didn't want to. But, I was there with her producer. There was so many people there. And I was just like, I gotta remember to take these pictures. That's part of the business. You know what I mean? That's part of, conforming to your business or being good at what you're doing. Viking Paradigms in the building. What's good, fam? It's like, yeah, I had to force myself to remember to take even some pics on my visits. Facts, bro. Facts. I mean, if you got the money, speaking of pictures, if you got the money, you're going to be somewhere and you want somebody to take pictures, get Brother Grios to do it. Grios Vision. He'll come through. He'll come through. He'll take all the pictures, have the drone out. You know what I mean? You'll get stills and, video. Holler at someone like Brother Grios. He'll come down there and take all the pictures you need. But that's the business side of it. Last good man, Jersey. Um, don't argue the point versus the minority guys on the spectrum. Most guys who travel are regular guys who want better outcomes. That is true. That is true, bro. But here's the thing. Since this whole passport bro thing hit, it's not just those guys who travel now. It's not. Like, I've been traveling forever, right? It's not, you got people out there who've been doing this forever. This ain't new. But this passport bro thing is. So you got guys who wouldn't normally travel. People who've never had passports, never thought about getting passports, get their passports, and they travel to countries not really knowing what they're getting themselves into. I'm referring to those guys. And those guys who are coming out of the bottom 80, trying to cheat code their way to a dime situation or to the top tier, which, yeah, if you get on a plane as an American to go to the Philippines, bro, you've just leveled up. You've just leveled up. You're in a higher tier just because you're there. Americans make more money. The dollar is stronger than whatever, what currency they use over there. Is it bot? What currency do they use over there? I don't even know. You know what I mean? But if you go down to Colombia, the dollar is stronger than the Colombian peso. You know what I mean? So, but those guys are going not understanding fully what they're getting themselves into. And this is where you get these stories coming out now. These dudes they're getting drugged, they're getting beat up, they're getting kidnapped, and worse, they're getting deleted because they're not regular guys who want better outcomes. These are the dudes who have no clue how to deal with women. They have no social presence whatsoever. They're oblivious to what's going on around them, and they're getting caught up. I'm talking about them dudes trying to cheat code their way right into a good situation. Brother Cody's like, Mandrill line that he can read. It's hilarious. Oh, man. See, Cody getting that. Give me Mandrill. Mandrill will be back. Wait till you see that. You funny, boy. Scam Likely show. I avoid passport bros when I travel. They're everywhere now. To say I avoid passport bros when I travel is like, now you're avoiding Americans. And why? Because them dudes don't know what they're doing. Game goofy. And when you point this out to them, they get mad. They still think about it. You'll get a guy from America, an invisible dude from the bottom 80, get his passport and go down to the DR. He goes down to the DR. And he might be down there for 4 days. And one of those days, he meets a woman who maybe she's in the game or whatever, but her approach is so smooth that he doesn't even realize that she's a pro. She comes back to the crib. She rocks his world. He pays her money, but it wasn't established up front. She just, after it was all over, oh, baby, I didn't get to go to work because I met you, and I have to bring money home, or my dog is going to go hungry, or my babysitter, whatever. She comes up with some excuse. Just, oh, no problem, baby. How much for the babysitter? $500. No problem. Here's $500 because he doesn't understand the game. Right? But what does she normally get for the same encounter? $50, $25. She just got 500. And he's like, that's my girlfriend. Now he's, he's Western Union money, or, Cash Apping and all that good stuff. Man, I ain't mad. Hey, man, game peep game. I'm not mad. Colombia peso, cool. Yeah, I didn't know, bro. I've never, I said Colombia, Philippine peso. That's cool, bro. I never been. Viking Paradigm. He's like, yes, sir. That's why Grios was there. I hired him to work the whole CME weekend for me. That was smart, bro. That was so smart, man. Now, like I said, man, Grios, he does good work, man. He is definitely worth the investment. I'm not lying to you, bro. It's not just what he does while he's there getting the photos and dragging around these big old. He has this rig where it's like it's a flash. You ever seen like photographers have those big old flashes that are like separate. They come with their own stand or whatever, and so he'll be dragging that thing around, bro, and taking pictures and doing all kind of stuff, getting into every situation, every nook and cranny. Man, Don DeMarco, the brother Grios. Dom DeMarco.